mister! You just crippled that man!
He's young. He'll walk again. But you'll stay scared, won't you, punk?
Woo! Welcome to Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus, and today we get to look at old man Batman. That's right, man. I just love this version of Batman. But today we're going to take a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Dark Knight Returns Batman version 5. Yes, this is version 5, folks. We received the first one years ago, which was a part of that Build-A-Figure wave, those 2 collector's editions. Then we received the cover creations from McFarlane Toys, and now we have this guy here, and this is the one that I've been hoping that we get before this line ended, and we have him, and I could not be more excited, man. I love the Dark Knight Returns version of Batman. I mean, it's hands down my most favorite. I mean, I love the standard one. I don't know, folks. I go back and forth. You know, they're neck and neck, man. And also, folks, that Absolute Batman, he's like, that story is really starting to grow on me. So if you have not read Absolute Batman, definitely do so. Before we get into the figure, I do want to share with you all the barcode for those of you who are trying to hunt this guy down. So this is the barcode and the back of the package. And I got this guy out of the package, folks. I've been having a blast posting this guy around on my coffee table and everything, man. All right, up first we have the collector's card here with the Dark Knight leaping into action. Classic Frank Miller artwork here, man. I just love it. And on the back, we have the data file. Up next, we're provided with 2 fisted hands. What's a Batman without fisted hands? All right, this Dark Knight does bring the pain, man. So we got 2 fisted hands decked out in this powder blue color here. So we got that. You know, I had to do that, y'all. And I dropped it. But it's all good. Fisted hands, folks. All right. And up next, we have more of a grasping hand here for our Dark Knight. All right, so that he can leap and grasp at his enemies. And up next, we have more of a outstretched hand here. I guess this hand here plays into that iconic image when Batman is like leaping across the night sky with the lightning and everything. So I think this plays into that, folks. And last but not least, we have the bat robe. Okay, what's Batman without a bat robe? So we have the pretty much the same accessory that was given with the other Dark Knight Returns figures. All right, so this made yet another return for the 5th time. All right. Now, that is all the accessories. And I say all because I feel like this Dark Knight should have been packaged with a Batarang. I mean, come on, McFarlane. Y'all, you have tons of Batarangs that you can pull from that you could have placed with this figure here. Now, for me, I have a number of Batman accessories that I've acquired over the years. And I feel like this really goes with our Dark Knight figure. So just a big, chunky Batarang that's made out of that powder blue color as well. So I feel like this really goes with this Batman as well. So I'll just stick this in his hand as I discuss the Dark Knight and see if this fit. All right, so we got that. Pretty cool. All right, for our Dark Knight. All right, so I think this really goes well with him. Now, let's take a look at old man Batman again. Hands down, I love this version of Batman. It really always speaks to me because I just love the fact that he, you know, pushed to come back out of retirement to restore justice to a broken city, you know, at the age that he was. And I just love all the different elements around him that made up that world. But man, come on. I mean, McFarlane brought it with this figure in terms of, you know, giving us that big chunky oval emblem. This really just sold it with me. I mean, I just love how they handled that. Really big, vibrant. You see it, man. I love the colors, man, that they chose with this Batman. He really stands out with the powder blue all the way around. I love that here. Light paint deco for the grays. That really shows out as well. The pouch utility belt, it's pretty much the same. We've seen that before. Well, I'll compare them to other Batmans, Dark Knight Batmans, but we have the pouchy utility belt here, decked out in that bright yellow. Everything is really vibrant for this more darker version of Batman, which is really interesting, but it works. It really works because the brighter paint deco really highlights and it meshes well with the darkness around the eyes, and it shows the pupils. The pupils show out that much more with the darkness here, and then you have the light that really kind of works hand in hand with it. So I really like that, folks. So the colors really work well. Now, again, folks, I reviewed this figure before, but I think they did a really good job and elevating this figure to a whole nother level with the colors and just the overall design. He does have the cloth wired cape here, so that really adds to this figure as well. Looks really good, and everything just really shows out better with the vibrant colors and everything. So I really like that. So again, this is a huge upgrade. I've equipped Batman with this fisted hands because I wanted to place these hands to him. But overall, man, I mean, just the detail here, the ruffles, the wrinkles within the costume. We've seen that before with the previous mold and everything. The clunky boots, everything really comes together. Overall, all this here comes, it's the same, the pouch utility belt. This Batman does have a hole in the back, and I feel like he has this due to the fact that this is pretty much a repaint of the Cover Creations Batman, because I'm pretty sure he has that peg in the back that will go into a display stand that will pretty much lift him into the air. So stay tuned for more on this guy. Check out the face sculpt, man. Just love the darkness and the detail around the eyes. Of course, we have the short ears here. Okay, and then we have a shot of the oval emblem. All right, but overall, folks, I really like this figure here. He looks awesome, man. And I've been having a blast just posing him around, man, and just marveling at just how good this figure look and what they gave us with this Batman. Even though he was missing a batarang, we got swappable hands, we got a rope, and we got a bendy wire cape. So I feel like these bendy wire figures, kind of pretty much retired the ones that we got previously, man. And again, I'm just blown away by this figure here. When I got him out of the package, I was I was just stunned. I knew I'd really enjoy this figure, but I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do. And again, man, just the detail and the paint, the lighter paint decos, it's beautiful, man. So I love it. Now, I do want to add that articulation wise, this figure has the same as the other Dark Knight Returns Batmans, and I'll put the link in the description below for the first one that I reviewed years ago. But he does have something that I wanted to point out that all the other DC Multiverse figures do not have, and that is a thigh cut. And he has the thigh cut due to the fact that he was a part of that Build-A-Figure wave, which was a horse. So in order for him to articulate on the horse, they added this thigh cut. All right, so they had the thigh cut and everything. And again, I'll put the link in the description below for that Build-A-Figure wave that I reviewed. Man, I feel like it was like 2-3 years ago. All right, but this Dark Knight Returns Batman is the real deal, folks. I love it. Pound for pound, this is hands down. It's one of the best figures of the year, man, because I just can't get enough of just how photogenic this thing is. Again, there's certain figures that really have it, and this figure has it. And I noticed that I didn't cover for this figure, and that is the display stand. All right, so I did that talk about, which is not a big deal, but we do have a display stand for our Dark Knight figure here. So yeah, so here we go. I love the Dark Knight Returns story, the animated movie, that two-parter. If you have not seen it, folks, you definitely need to see it. I watched it last week with my brother, and we enjoyed it. So if you haven't watched that, definitely check it out. And all I could just see is this guy leaping into action, out of retirement again, fighting and facing his own demons in order to, save Gotham. And it's just a beautiful version of Batman. Even though this is more darker, maybe even more so broken version of Batman. And I really feel McFarlane with this version here captured the energy and the drive of this Dark Knight Returns Batman here. And as you can see, I have reached way out into the multiverse for additional Batman figures, all from McFarlane Toys. We have the collector's edition Batman figures that here, as you can see, I have the collector's edition figures that was released maybe a year and a half ago. Man, I tell you, folks, stay tuned for more on these guys because I'm very impressed with what they did with these figures here overall in terms of giving us the swappable heads, of course, the accessories, but the different deco paint that was utilized in detail for both figures. I really thought was just awesome, man. I mean, look at this. This is more of a damaged Batman with the lighter paint deco here. These figures also was packaged with the sculpted batarangs that were not colored, which was a negative, but it's all good. You can always color these things. But the detail, man, from this Batman, more damaged here. I have the swappable head with him, but he is packaged with this one as well. So you have the best of both worlds, a swappable head, as well as the mask head swap with this Batman, as well as this one is here too. Darker paint deco, man. Very impressed with this figure here as well. He is packaged with the swappable head scope. So stay tuned for more on these guys. I don't want to say too much. And then we turn around and get this guy here to just a real true end game in terms of giving us, you know, a trio of just excellent Batman figures here overall, I feel. And also here for comparison, I have pretty much where it all started, and that is the entire Batman Returns Build-A-Figure wave that we received years ago. It seems like it was like maybe yesterday, but it was years ago. But we have that here. From left to right, we have, of course, the Man of Steel here. Then we have the Dark Knight Returns. Up next, we have his sidekick, Carrie Kelly. And last but not least, we have the clown Prince of Crime, the Joker. Now, I did want to compare the two here, because again, this was the first Batman Returns figure that we received from McFarlane Toys. This one here has darker paint deco overall. The face scope is completely different. All right, completely different. The body molds are the same. The face scopes, again, totally different. This has more of the big bat emblem across the chest. This one has more of the yellow and yellow and black oval emblem and everything. So I mean, this really to me just shows you the evolution of the line and where we were and where we are right now. And up next, alongside our Batman, is yet another version of the Dark Knight Returns Batman. This time, a more armored up version here, which is yet another favorite version of Iron Man. Batman wasn't playing in that armor costume. But man, this is version 2. Version 1 was one of his more early McFarlane figures, period. And I do have that on another shelf. But I like this paint that he utilized for the second version. This is the Mutant Leader. Now, this version is from the old Mattel DC Universe figures. Now, it's so funny how it's like this is a Mattel figure, and Mattel has the license again. And that's what we'll be seeing more of those figures next year, next January, if I'm not mistaken. But this is from the Mattel line, and as you can see, they scale differently. But this is my only version of the Mutant Leader that I have. I'm hoping that we do get a Mutant Leader to pit against this Dark Knight Returns Batman, or to flesh out our Dark Knight Returns collection, because we definitely need that figure. That's the only one that we really do need to just cap off everything. But hopefully we'll get them. Who knows? We'll see. Stay tuned. And here alongside our Dark Knight, we have the Dark Knight Returns Build-A-Figure horse here, all right? So let's put him on and see how he works with this horse here. We should have no issues because it's the same figure. All right, this is cool. Yeah. And he is ready to ride into Gotham to restore it to its glory. And I think it works even better for sure because he has the cloth wired cape. So you can have that flowing as he's riding off into the sunset. Or not in the sunset, or riding off into Gotham. All right, because he ain't done yet, folks. His work is not done. All right, let's get on to the next. I love this. All right, folks, that is another one in the books. That's a wrap, man. I had a blast reviewing this guy here. I hope you all enjoyed this video, but I'm really happy that McFarlane went there and he gave us this figure before this line ends. You know, this is a phenomenal figure here, a huge upgrade. I won't say a huge upgrade because I guess, again, I'm really impressed with the other ones that he given us, folks. I mean, no shade on the other ones that we were given. But this one here, folks, is a huge, step in a completely different direction when you talk about paint deco, the wire cape, and everything. And stay tuned for more. We're not done with Dark Knight Returns Batman, folks, because I got more that I want to share with you all. So stay tuned. But overall, excellent figure here. Really happy with what he's done with this Batman. But I appreciate you all. Be sure to comment below. Let me know, what do you think about this Dark Knight Returns Batman? Is this the best out of all the Batmans from that Dark Knight Returns series of figures that we've been given? Or is this like the least or one of the best? What is your favorite version of the Dark Knight Returns Batman? Share your comments below. Also, tell me, what do you think about that wave of Batman figures that McFarlane has released? I mean, are you all in on that or you're not? Let me know in the comments, folks. We got a lot to talk about, so definitely share your thoughts below. Be sure to ring that bell for all notifications so that you get each and every one of our content pieces as it drops. And also, you know I'm going to say right. You know, Batman and Carrie Kelly already know I'm going to say right. And you got to know I'm going to say. That's right. Like, share, and subscribe. If you've done that already, I truly appreciate it, folks. Also, be sure to follow me on social media if you have Instagram and Twitter. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate everyone who is supporting the channel. Stay tuned for more. And until next time, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. Same bat time, same bat channel, folks. Till next time. Bye for now.